Happy Friday, Roanchar Ranchers. I hope everybody had a wonderful week. Thought I would start on this side while everybody is enjoying their yummy hay. So this week, I ended up tweaking a couple of things with Louie in terms of his medication. Specifically, I started giving him some more vitamin E. And it seems to have helped quite a bit. He definitely doesn't have the head shaking or what I call looking like he has a headache. He's definitely not twitching his legs as much, if at all. Before it was every time that he would back up, he was having one of those spasms, and now he can back up fine. Still, when he gets a little nervous, he does end up twitching his leg, but I think that's just going to be something that he's always going to have. But the rest of his symptoms have really subsided, thankfully. The real test was that it's been quite cold here at night. It's been lower 30s, which even for this area is a little early for that, but that's where he really struggles, and he was doing fine this week with that. So now the temperature has gone up a little bit. It's, I think, around the 50s right now. It's really, really windy here right now. But he is doing really, really well. So happy to report that. It's just one of those things with Louie that I just need to just keep tweaking his medication. When he starts having episodes, just figuring out what works. And do I know if increasing his vitamin E is always going to work? No. But the boy is on 5 different medications if you include the vitamin E. So it's a little bit of a science experiment with him, just to see what works with his body. It's no different than any medication with people. After a while, the body changes, and you have to change up the medication to make it work. So I'm happy that we're getting positive progress, and hopefully that will continue. There's nothing worse than seeing him not happy. But he's very happy now. He's wandering around. In fact, the other day, it was very cool at 3:30, 4 o'clock in the afternoon. It was like super cool. There was a little wind going on, and every one of these guys were full of themselves, including Louie. Louie was trying to get a charge out of Abe. Charlie was trying to protect Abe. So we had a little bit of a bucking spree that happened. And Louie was fine after it. He didn't have any adverse effects from bucking, and he was even able to get off the ground, which he usually is not able to do when he's having one of his episodes. So he was feeling super, super good. So you can see Aber's in the back. He's munching away. Abe's doing good. He had scraped his chest. I think he had pinworms, to be honest, because he was just itchy everywhere. So I ended up giving him some medication for that, and he stopped the scratching. Specifically the butt rubbing and the chest rubbing that he was doing. But unfortunately, the damage was already done with his chest. And I had been putting some Equate on it, and he was healing really, really good. And then this morning, he must have just, yesterday afternoon, he must have just rubbed it, and the scab opened up again. So, or partly opened up again. So, put some more Equate on it, and it looks much better this afternoon. But it's just, he had the itchy scratchies, and he is definitely an aggressive scratcher. When he has an itch, he goes after it. So, but he's doing good, guys. Kendra came and did his feet, Ellie's feet, and Apollo's feet, and he was a perfect angel with it, as always. He enjoyed being able to eat while he had his feet done. But he's had a wonderful week. He's getting much more lovey-dovey, I'm enjoying. And but he's doing well. He actually just this week I started giving them hay. Their pastures were so chewed down, and I knew it was going to be getting colder, so I went ahead and I started haying them. And he's, like I showed, he enjoys eating with Charlie. And while he was being trimmed, he realized that he could have his own barrel, and he truly enjoyed that. So now he's happy eating in his own barrel. So you can see everybody has plenty of room now, versus what was happening before, that they were like right on top of each other, and that just was not working for Charlie, who is food possessive. But that's how these guys are doing. You can see that Mr. Lulu is doing really well, still looking good. Still has his Pigpen Halloween costume on. Goofball. They've all been rolling, so. But let's go over and check in with Ellie and Apollo. Excuse me while I limbo. Sorry. I try to do it gently for you guys. I don't want you guys getting motion sickness from me jostling around. Just me, guys. Wearing your dinner again, I see, my friend. Oh, Apollo. So these guys are doing really, really well. Like I said, Kendra came and trimmed feet. Once again, happy to announce that Apollo did not need to be sedated. Even though, like, literally 10 minutes before she came, they were bucking broncos, both of them. Like I had mentioned, it was super cold, and the wind was going, and these guys were full of themselves, and both Ellie and Apollo were cantering in the pasture and bucking, and yeah, so I'm like, oh, this could be an interesting trim session if they're going to be that excitable. Fortunately, they got some food in their bellies and calmed right down when Kendra came, and they happily ate their hay while Kendra trimmed them, and they both did really, really well. We were able to get all 4 done on Apollo, and we were able to get the 2 fronts done on Ellie. So, you know, we're still working on those back legs of hers. But she's doing well. Right, baby girl? So, she definitely still has hops. And she definitely still has wheels. Because, she was definitely getting off the ground. And, a couple of times I was like, slow down, you're going to run into the fence. But fortunately, when she gallops, she only does it for a few feet, and then she pulls herself back because she doesn't want to run into a fence. But it's pretty nice to see her that happy and being able to still move so nicely. And, you know, she's just an amazing girl. You know, at her age to be that spry, we all could hope to be that way. But she's doing well otherwise, keeping her weight really well, rolling, as you can see. Same with Apollo. He's holding his weight really, really well. And they've been enjoying the free choice minerals that they've been getting. The Louie and Abe are on it too, but these guys really seem to enjoy it. And Ellie tends to get it all over Apollo. That's what it's probably hard to see, but that's what that is. She likes to rub her mouth on him. It's kind of funny. But yeah, these guys are doing really, really well. This upcoming week, Dr. Lauren is coming in. She has to do another round of vaccinations. And so with these guys, we split up. You know, they get 4 vaccinations that are split into 2 series. So this way that if anybody has a reaction to it, we know what it is versus trying to give all 4 at the same time. And that can really shock their system too. You know, even though they are now of healthy weight, they don't have anything wrong with them. You still don't want to shock their system like that. So the second round of shots is being done on Monday, and then we should be good to go with the vaccines until springtime. For Apollo, we are going to have her look at his back legs over by his heel bulbs. We still can't get everything cleared up back there. Usually the Equade clears it up. So just gonna get her opinion on what she thinks is going on. And then there are some, which I failed to mention on Abe. She is going to look at his shoulder. He seems to have some bumps or something on him. It started off in the spring with just one. And now there's another one that's over there. So, he actually was pretty swollen, probably about a month ago in his shoulder. That has fortunately subsided. But I just want her to take a look at it and see what she thinks is going on with him. But other than that, everybody is super spry and super happy, which, you know, obviously makes me happy. And especially with going into winter. But that's it from here, guys. If you happen to be in the Amherst area tomorrow, we are going to be at Bryan and Stratton on Millersport Highway. They have a craft and vendor show, so we're going to be there. We're also going to have some of our items from the garage sale. Some of the more festive things. It's kind of a holiday craft fair. So if you're so inclined, come on down to Bryan and Stratton tomorrow. We'll be there from 10 to 2. And there's a lot of other vendors. In fact, the Blue Moon over Buffalo. Sorry if I got that vendor wrong, but she's the vendor that gave the horsehair pottery. She's going to be there with plenty of stuff. So if you're into that kind of stuff, come on down, and we would be happy to see you. All right, Roanshaw Ranchers, that's it for today. We will talk next week. Be well, guys.